Healthy ecosystems depend on plants and animals as their foundations. When a species becomes endangered, it's a sign that the ecosystem is slowly falling apart.
And now, how can we help? If we see someone doing something illegal, we should call the police to inform this cause, and then we should reduce our impact on the nature by picking up plastics from the floor, reducing the use of water, and more else.
Hello to everyone, we are Ice Guardians and we are an organization whose main purpose is to guarantee the future and life of Arctic animals. One of the things we do is also to keep the life of Arctic animals the furthest as possible from their extinction that day after day is closer and closer to them due to the global warming and climate change. One of our main slogans is that we think that the life of the polar bear to the life of the snowy owl is equally important. Our story begins in the moment that 3 teenagers thought about how sad it would be the future of the next generations without knowing the existence of Arctic animals. And now talking about a more scientific point of view, Arctic animals play crucial roles in the Arctic ecosystems.
So now what's the problem? The problem is that human activities release greenhouse gases, for example, dioxide, carbon or methane, that affects the atmosphere. And it is a problem because it damages Arctic animals. For example, we have here Arctic foxes, Arctic bears, beluga whales, penguins or seals, for example.
Okay, now we think that every problem should and must have a solution. One of the things we do is exactly the thing that we're doing now. We go around schools from all over the world trying to aim of raising awareness among students from all over the world. We also want to make people's minds on the point of when they think about global warming or about climate change, they also think about these more little problems that usually doesn't come to our mind when we think about these huge problems.
We demand application of a law that allow against the consumption of greenhouse gases and the oil split for avoid the melting of poles. And the Ice Guardian have a center with a veterinary that can you bring your animal and they bring him to first help.
We are going to explain 3 different items: overpopulation, temperature rise, and transport pollution.
First of all, we're going to talk about overpopulation. About in 2050, the world's population is going to grow up to 9,700 million people, and Asia and Africa are going to be the most overpopulated continents in the world.
I'm going to talk about the temperature rise. Due to the climate change, temperatures will continue to rise, causing the poles to melt, sea levels to rise, and many species to become extinct.
Now I am going to talk about transports that every day they are damaging our atmosphere, and due to them our climate is getting worse and worse. To avoid this, we should use more public transport.
Plastic pollution is a very serious problem that involves different areas. For example, our streets, the ocean, and our organism.
And people don't care about it, but this is affecting our organism, as we already said, and our animals too, because they eat or drown due to these plastics.
And then our body also becomes contaminated with plastic because we eat fish.